Hey, what's up? I'm Beth and this is Star Makeup. In today's video, we are going to play around with some Lurella products. If you watched my Singles Saturday video last Saturday, I told you that I had a huge surprise for you when I was able to start filming again. So, this is my surprise. I have my dentures. I've only had them for about a week now. Still haven't figured out quite exactly how to talk with them. I will get into that a little bit more in the video. But yeah, I'm going to play with the Totally Tubular palette again. And in that video, I had mentioned these diamond shadows that Lurella was coming out with, well, had come out with. They were a Christmas, like, holiday gift set, and now they came out with more. So I finally played with these last night, and I wanted to, show you guys how they worked and let you know what I thought about them. So, if you would like to see how I created this look and hear a little bit about the whole denture situation, then just keep watching. Okay, so as I'm sure you saw, I'm going to play with this palette again, but what I really want to feature are these. These are diamond shadows from Lurella. And I talked about them when I did my first impression with this palette, but I hadn't used them yet. And I didn't do like a first impression on them. And I was playing with them last night and they are amazing. So that's really what I want this video to really be focused on. I'm just gonna use this just to have, like the base for them. And obviously, as you saw in the intro, I have finally gotten my dentures. I've only had them for about a week now, so actually it's exactly a week. So I may have a little bit of a lisp. I may slur a little bit on certain words. Sorry. But, I haven't filmed for like a week now, and I really, really want to film again. So, and I'm not going to figure out how to talk with them unless I just do it. So I figured the best way to do that would be to film and talk to you guys. So, I used the Smashbox lid primer. And, I did kind of a pink blue and a yellow green in the last, like in my first impression. So, I don't know, I'm really kind of intrigued by this really dark blue shimmer. You know what, I think I'm just gonna do like a neutral kind of situation. This shade Rhapsody, it's like a sequin, kind of like ColourPop does. So I'm thinking I should be able to use it as a matte because it doesn't really look shimmery. So I think I'm going to use that as my deepening shade. I don't know, I'm thinking maybe I'll go in with Chameleon. Is that the right one? No, this one. Chameleon to blend that out with. And I might use Reflex, that really deep blue, on the outer portion of my lid. So, another thing too is, since I have a tongue piercing, I'm not sure if you guys will be able to hear it clicking off of the dentures when I edit this footage. If that is the case, I have figured out a way to solve that, I think. So we'll see how it goes, but if it's annoying in this video, I'm sorry. I think I'm just gonna start with the ColourPop E2, and I'm actually gonna start with the lightest shade today, so I'm gonna go in with Chameleon. And I'm gonna start it in the outer corner and just kind of work it into the inner portion and basically just set my base up for these gorgeous diamond shadows. So I was thinking about doing a video where, like, I don't know, I kind of go through my whole like journey with having my teeth taken out and the whole process of like getting the dentures and everything, because I haven't had teeth for 10 years. It's been a pretty horrible experience for me, to say the least. And of course I spend a lot of time on YouTube, so I decided to look up like if anybody had done videos with like tips and tricks on how to deal with getting used to dentures. And I was quite surprised. There's actually like a whole freaking community out there of like, you know, people recommending adhesives, and I mean, like, I was really surprised at how many like denture related videos there were. So yeah, a lot of those people had done like their denture journey kind of story. So if anyone would be interested in hearing that, let me know, and I can totally do like a chit chat, get ready with me, and talk about that at some point. I think I'm gonna go in, this is a Larousse brush. It is the tapered blending brush, and this is the denim set. And I'm just going to pick up some Rhapsody. And I'm just gonna tuck that into the outer portion of my crease, and I will bring it in a little bit. Wow, that pulls a lot more red than I was really expecting it to. Well, I guess I won't be going in with that dark blue shimmer, that's for sure. Although that would just kind of turn it kind of purple on the lid a little bit. I actually really like that shade. Wow, okay. I wasn't expecting to like that much. I'm just gonna go back with that ColourPop E2. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more of the first shade, Chameleon, just to help this blend a little bit better. That looks really nice. I really like that. I'm gonna pick a little bit more Rhapsody up, and I wanna kind of just focus it on this outer portion of my lid. And just kind of deepen things up just a little bit more. I think while I'm at it, I'm just going to go ahead and pull this on to the lower lash line. And I'm just gonna kind of work on getting everything nice and blended together. Alright, I'm gonna go back with this ColourPop brush, no additional product, and just make sure that the edges are blended. Okay, I think that looks really good. I almost wish that I had used Bueller instead though, because that one looks a little more of like a peachy undertoned tan. So I think this one's a little bit too brown, but I mean, it's okay. It still works. I just really thought that Rhapsody was more of like a reddish brown than like a brownish red, if that makes sense. I thought it was like a little heavier on the brown side than the red side. Okay, so I am just gonna go in with these now. And you don't need any glitter primer, anything. These are so amazing. I'm going to take this one, which is called Moolah. And it's kind of like an aqua blue shade. And there's actually, it's got like a little stopper that goes in there. So I'm basically just going to take what's on here because there's so much of it on the lid. Well, not the lid, but the like stopper thingy. I'm just going to take the ColourPop E4. And I'm going to pick some of that up. And I'm going to show you how much I picked up so you can see like how crazy these are. So I just have like a really light coating of it on the brush. When you feel these, they feel like a Super Shock and a Jelly Much had a baby, if that makes sense. Like, they aren't quite as firm as the Super Shocks are, but they aren't quite as liquidy as the Jelly Much shadows. And I am just going to pretty much cover my whole lid. Okay, now do you see how insane these are? Like, look at that. I barely had any on my brush. I mean, really. And my entire eyelid is fully covered, total pigmentation, so insanely sparkly. I mean, it's just mind-blowing. So I'm gonna pick a little bit more up just because I want to make sure that I really get this spot right here so that you can still see it when my eyes are open. So that's pretty much how I like my shimmer to be, just so that it's kind of peeking out above the hood a little bit there. Now I am going to pick some more up because I want to show you that this is totally buildable. So I've got another nice light coating on my brush. And I'm just going to work on kind of trying to spread that out. The only thing is when you do go back in with like a second coat, it does tend to stick to itself. So you do have to work at like blending it out a little harder than you did when you applied it the first time. But I mean, look at that. It's crazy. It's so crazy. Okay, so I'm going, if I can find it, I'm gonna go back with this brush. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more Rhapsody, and then I'm just going to lightly blend those together on like the outer portion of my lid. All right, so I'm gonna put the cap back on this one. For the lower lash line, I'm gonna go in with this one, which is called Bish, kind of like bitch, but not. And I'm gonna use, this is a BH Cosmetics brush. It's the oh god. I think it says V9. It's not very clear anymore. It's rubbed off pretty good. But it's just like a teeny tiny little pencil brush. And in order to pick this up on such a small brush, basically what I do is I just keep tapping the brush onto it, because if you don't, this is kind of flaky, and then you'll end up with like a shitload of fallout. So I'm gonna take that, and I'm just going to go, you know, like a third of the way across my lower lash line. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna go back with this brush and just kind of just go over where those two meet. And close that one back up. And this one, even when it's on the eye, it really doesn't look as like peachy pink as I would like it to. This set that I got though was like a special holiday set that they did. Last Friday they did launch 14 shades. Now in those 14 shades, the 3 that I had that came in this set and the 3 that came in the other set were part of that 14. So basically 6 of the 14 already existed. So they basically just came out with like 8 extra shades. And I really wanted to pick them up, but I hadn't played with these yet. And I didn't want to have, because I was gonna get the other set and like 3 or 4 of the new ones. And I was like, yeah, but what if they suck? You know, and then I'm stuck with like 10 of these pot shadows that are like garbage, you know. So I decided not to get any, and they sold out in like a day and a half. I mean, it was absolutely ridiculous. And then I tried these last night and they're amazing, and now I'm kicking myself for not having gotten more. But they did say that they will be doing a restock sometime soon. So if you are interested in these, definitely go follow Lurella on Instagram, and you'll find out when the relaunch is gonna happen. Well, not the relaunch, the restock is gonna happen. When I find out about it, I will say something in a video too, so there's also that. Okay, so anyway, this last shade is called Icy. It's like this gorgeous silver shade. So I just picked a little bit of that up, and I'm going to pack that into my inner corner, and you will be able to see how insanely intense these are when they're like concentrated into one area. So yeah, I mean, can you see how much brighter my inner corner is than like my lid? Because when you pack these into a small area, they're just insane, just absolutely insane. So you can use them either way. You can use them just for like your inner corner or as like a regular shimmer shade. Normally I would go back in with my inner corner shade, but I obviously do not need to at all with this. And while I was playing around with these, I also figured I'd see if they would work as a highlighter. So I am going to use Bish, the kind of peachy pinky shade. And I'm just going to like tap my finger onto the stopper a little bit. I don't know if these work with like a brush or a sponge as a highlighter, but they definitely work totally fine with your finger. And look at that. I mean, are you kidding me? Look at how wet and shiny my cheek looks now. It's crazy. And I mean, that's just from like tapping my finger into it. So I'm gonna switch to my middle finger, which didn't have any product on it, and just kind of blend the edge a little bit. And I think I'm gonna grab my ColourPop F5. This is like my favorite highlighter brush of all time. And I'm just gonna go over it with that too, just to make sure that it doesn't look like this crazy harsh line of wetness on my cheek. And there we go. Yeah, these shadows are just amazing. Just absolutely amazing. I want to use them every single day. Okay, so I'm going to go off camera, recreate this on the other eye, finish up everything else. I gotta finish my highlighter because I waited to do that on camera with you guys. Throw on some lashes and lip product and blah blah blah, and I will be right back to show you the finished look. Okay, so this is the completed look, and I love these diamond shadows so much. I mean, I think you probably already figured that out. But I mean, even when I'm like looking in the mirror that I use as my monitor, like the whole middle of my face just looks so much lighter because of how crazy reflective they are. Like, I don't know, they're unlike any other shadow that I've ever tried. They're really, really amazing. I wish I could make you understand how amazing they are. So I used ColourPop lashes in the style Bay. I used the NYX Faux White in baby powder in my waterline. I just wanted something that was just gonna be like really bright. Let's see, I used the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade Bichette. And I tried out this new Wet n Wild Cloud Pout. This one is in the shade I'm on Cloud Wine. And these are really amazing. I had seen Allie Glines do a video on these, so I decided to pick one up because I was ordering something from Ulta anyway. So the texture of these is really like whipped and moussey. They're really, really interesting. I'm not sure. I seem to remember, because Allie got ones that were like more of a neutral color, and they seem to act more of like a lip stain. This color doesn't seem to be doing that. It seems to be like fully pigmented, like opaque. So I definitely want to try out some of the other shades, but I really, really like the way these feel going on. They definitely don't dry down though, but like I said, it's almost like a stain. because what came off on my finger isn't like super pigmented, but on my lips it is. I don't know, they're really weird. I'm definitely gonna mess around. Like I said, I'm probably gonna pick up some more of the shades, so I will probably tell you about them a little more another time. I used, of course, L'Oreal Telescopic on my lower lash line. I used the Balm Mad Lash on my upper lashes. And for the other highlights on my face, beside my cheeks, I used this little Nomad. This is the Kiss of Sun highlighter in the shade Palmoral Beach. I had gotten this from a Nipsey bag and I love it. So, yeah, I think that is pretty much everything. I'm sorry about the traffic and noise going on. Apparently, right now is not a good time. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel. If you do, ring the notification bell. That way you get notified every time I post a new video. You can hop over to Instagram and follow me over there. Everything will be listed in the description box down below, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.